Hey guys, welcome to the 99th. That's right, we are one away. The next one is the 100th edition, and we'll be doing that probably later on. But we're doing back-to-back here, which is 98 and 99, and right now we're doing the 99th one. And we are talking about, I'm surprised I didn't even get to this girl beforehand, Daisy Duck. And what can you say about Daisy Duck that I'm sure anybody that's been a fan of Disney has not said about this character? Now, Daisy originally debuted, for some that may not know, but you should by now, she debuted originally in 1940. And at first she was known by another name. I can't think of the name right now. I know it was similar to Della. Maybe it was Della, but he changed that to be Donald's sister later on, but it was something else. But they basically agreed upon, Walt Disney himself agreed upon the name of Daisy, and basically the rest is history as far as her character is concerned. But yeah, Daisy is one of those characters that surprisingly, back in the 1940s and 50s and all that, and even the 60s, just like Minnie didn't get her own starring roles. I mean, they would get their own cartoons, which is true, but mostly it would be either a Mickey Mouse cartoon or a Donald Duck cartoon where, believe it or not, the title characters would be secondary, if not in there at all, or it would be dubbed something else. Like with Minnie, it would be a Pluto cartoon, or with Daisy, it might be a Chip and Dale cartoon, who knows. But it wouldn't be until about the 1990s where Daisy would really start to shine, and that was, of course, in the Disney afternoon show Quack Pack, and basically the rest is history. Now, Quack Pack, of course, supposedly is supposed to take place within the same continuity, and was supposed to be in the same continuity, I should say, and be canon somewhat to DuckTales, but it's not really. What's weird about it is Quack Pack takes place in Duckburg, but it's a hybrid Duckburg where you got anthropomorphic characters and you have human characters. And in Quack Pack, Daisy is seen as a reporter. She is basically do anything she has to do to get the story, take any risk she has to take to get the story, basically go all out. She's an extremist when it comes to trying to get the story for her job, for her, her boss that she doesn't really like. But she goes all out to get the story and everything. And a lot of the episodes, well, not a lot of the episodes, but I would say a good portion of the episodes in Quack Pack center around Daisy trying to get a story, trying to get a scoop, and going to all kinds of extremes to do so. And it's just great. It's just a great version of her. I mean, I know people may not like Quack Pack as a whole, but I think it's an overall good show. I thought it was okay. I mean, true, they were probably trying to create another Goof Troop series with Quack Pack, but instead of Goofy this time we have Donald and Daisy, but unfortunately it didn't achieve the same success that did. But I thought it was a decently well-run series, and it really helped in the long run when you think about it. The shining light at it, or at the end of the tunnel for all of it, was the fact that Daisy got to shine. She got to shine and everything, and like I said, Quack Pack, even though it wasn't a success, really, the shining light and all that is that Daisy got to get the spotlight in a sense, and really her character developed from there. And I think once the people over at Disney saw, how much character development she ended up getting through Quack Pack, they decided to stick with it and incorporate that character development into future adaptations, future stories, if you will. And you would see this later on in Mickey's Mouse Works and in House of Mouse. As a matter of fact, Mickey's Mouse Works was where Daisy, just like Minnie, finally got a starring role. She finally got some of the spotlight to herself, and it's really cool. It was really cool to see. Basically, what they did with her and Minnie is they made them like best friends, BFFs, if you will, but kind of in that Laurel and Hardy kind of situation where, of course, Minnie's like, Laurel, and Daisy's like Hardy's. Daisy's getting them on, always getting into situations, if you will. The other thing that they established as well is, to kind of equal things out, make things even. You had, of course, Minnie for Mickey, Daisy for Donald, and then they gave Goofy Clarabelle, so it kind of evened out. They brought Clarabelle in and made her part of the group, so you had like a female equivalent of the male trio, if you will. And again, it was actually pretty cool to see that. But as I said, what was developed in Quack Pack was later developed or even further and kept, if you will, doing Mickey's Mouse Works and her shorts in that one, as well as House of Mouse, and then it just carried forward after that up until, recently with the new Mickey Mouse shorts and everything, and they're all really good. And all her appearances have been really well done, and it's great. I mean, even when they would do some of the movies and everything, the way they had Daisy portrayed, excellent, just excellent, in my opinion. I mean, she plays, of course, Minnie's best friend, head maiden, if you will, in the adaptation of Three Musketeers, and she gets into some hilarious situations, if you will, which is really funny. They do have her try to play the straight girl a little bit when it comes to Donald. Like in Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Well, not Once Upon a Christmas, but Twice Upon a Christmas, if you will. I don't know if she. Yeah, she was once. Yeah, she was in Once Upon a Christmas in the first story of that movie. And then, of course, she showed up and was kind of a part of two shorts in Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, which was a CGI follow-up, which was sort of a kind of a skate-off, almost friendly skate-off, if you will, to fierce skate-off with Minnie, where they tried to outdo each other and then basically realized, they should be working with each other as friends and not letting something like a competition ruin their friendship. And then, of course, you have another one where, she tries to get Donald to, get into the Christmas spirit a little bit. And there's a moment where Donald kind of, mocks her a little bit by going, wah, wah, and all that, and it shocks her. And Donald's like, I ain't going, you can't make me, kind of deal. And you see this look on Daisy's face like, oh, yeah? And next thing you know, Donald's going with them, and she's like, don't shuffle your feet, Donald, or something like that. And it's really cool. And it does help get Donald in the Christmas spirit, if you will. But overall, if there was any character that Disney really needed, I'm trying to say, to give character development to, besides just Minnie, Minnie ended up getting it in the 80s and throughout the 90s and even now, basically, it was Daisy. Daisy was the one that really needed the character development. I mean, we saw some of that, if you will, in one of the shorts, basically where Donald kind of gets amnesia, forgets who he is, and the focal point is on Daisy, and Daisy basically, her mannerisms in that short just take the cake, if you will. And it's like, and you watch, and it's like you watch this short, and you're like, man, why couldn't they do more with her? She was such a riot here. And the fact that she also, and the fact that the reason they pair her with Donald is the fact that she too has a temper. So there are times in the classic cartoons and even in the modern cartoons, she ends up letting her temper get the best of her. And, it's funny to see that. It's really funny. Now, like I said, she debuted in 1940. Again, she was under a different name. And what's funny about it is, I mentioned Pauline earlier and how Pauline would go under the trench coat and act like she's an extra pair of hands, be unnoticed by Donald and the detective. Well, in her animated debut, she ends up getting sucked into the trunk, if you will, or thrown into the trunk of the car that Donald has. And and then that's the last you see of her until about the end. And what happens is that the car just keeps going and going. You don't even see her trying to pop her head out like you would see in some other animated shorts where a character would be in a similar situation. No, it's like, the car, the back of the trunk, the trunk of the car, the back of it basically just opens up and swallows her, and it's like goop up. It doesn't go glump or burp. It doesn't burp or anything, but it's like it just swallows her whole, and she becomes part of it, if you will. She basically becomes part of it until the end, where she's finally able to get out. But yeah, again, Daisy is a character that really, if there was any character that deserved to have character development, it was her. That was long needing it, it was her. And I have to credit, a show like Quack Pack for starting the trend of getting her that character development that was long overdue. And I can't really say any more than that. I mean, right now she's, again, still positioned as Donald's girlfriend and the BFF of both Minnie and Clarabelle. And she's also featured in the Minnie's bow tie cartoons, as well as she's featured in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Mickey in the Road Racers, or Roadsters, if you will. So she still has a prominent role, and I'm hoping as time goes on she'll get more prominent roles down the line. And, hopefully Disney doesn't squander that. But anyway, though, guys, that's all I can say on Daisy Duck. Let me know what you guys think all down below. And next time, we will be in the next edition is going to be our 100th edition. Who is it going to be? Well, we shall find out. But until next time, guys, take care. God bless. Thank you for watching the 99th edition of the Animated Girls Profile Confidential. And I'll see you at number 100 real soon.